Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm here again with a deck profile of Madolche's. My creation of the deck. The deck is really underrated in my opinion, and you know, I like the deck. The deck grew on me a lot. When I first, seen the deck, seen it play, I was like, really cool concept. I thought the fact that the monsters go back to the deck was a really cool concept of the deck, but we'll see. And I tested it out, and the more I played with it, I was like, well, the deck's obviously slow and it's not teir or anything, and I mean it has possibilities or chances to win against meta. It plays certain way, but it's not really the deck; it's the player playing with the deck. So if you build the deck right, I feel like it can beat anything if you side against the right. Go crazy with the deck, but. Here's the deck profile of my deck, and it starts off very simple with the triple card D. Run triple card D in the deck because the deck is, like I said, it's extremely slow. The deck needs the draw power. I mean, it doesn't have its own self draw power. It has a ton of searches though. Searches in the deck is really, is really important and key in the Madolche deck, but. Card Ds, because this is a great first turn card to start out with. Just super great. You want to start out with this card if your hand is extremely trap heavy or spell heavy, or maybe just one monster in hand. Like he just clogs up a lot of the first turn hands and makes the next turns like beautiful. But run 3 Ds. I want to see these first turn. And of course in the Madolche deck, you run 3 Madolche. She's basically the straight out of the deck, the best card of the deck. Some of her you can search for herself. All Madolche monsters go back to the deck when they destroy by opponent's card effect, not by your card effect. So you can't play Torrential and, get their effects. But, she's really good. She's a floater. You can summon her, search for another one, set back row. It's kind of like gadgets. And, if you get 2 or more on the field, you can exceed. Summon her, search for her. So you have another search target to exceed. Basically do what you need to do with her. She pretty much gets your key cards out. Run 2 Cruffets. I feel like 3 was, overdoing it. I don't really think I really need 3 of him, even though he's really good. Basically, I guess the second best card in the deck. And, of course, the deck is easily searched and stuff, so, I mean, the deck doesn't really need, more than 3 of these, honestly. I feel like drawing into 3 of these or top decking into a lot of monsters, you want to kind of limit the monster count, because I don't want to draw into monsters when you can search for them. 3Ds guys, pretty much you normal summon it, you special summon Madolche monster out your hand, which is you can summon this to go into rank 3 or some other various combos depending on what basically what the deck does. Pretty much summon him. You can even bring out these guys to let you do the legit combo. Obviously just with the cards are pretty much what he's really made for, is to summon Messenger Gelato. And once you summon Messenger Gelato, you get a spell or trap Madolche card search. That's your ticket or your trap card, or anything that you need in that point in the moment. The field spell is usually the key card to run in the deck, but depends on what you need at the moment or what deck you're going against. And I run the one lone Maxi. It comes in super handy, just in case I go against Sam's or first turn Rabbit. Oh, not Rabbit, but well, it can work for Rabbit too. But windups, stuff like that. The deck there, any deck that outspeeds it by special summoning a lot in one turn and going overboard, this comes in handy with being at 1. Plus, it has a decent draw power, so I can actually like card D, draw into a Maxi and then discard Maxis for more draws to make my next turn more viable. But just that for me. I like it in there. 3 field spells. Obviously the best card pretty much for the Madolche support as far as spell and trap goes. Pretty much when a Madolche monster dies by opponent's card effects, because how they go back to the deck. Instead of it going back to the deck, you can add it back to your hand, which is very handy. Adding bills back into your hand, so you keep them coming back out. So you've summoned, where is she? Madolche, search for, you can get like a free search. You can search for like maybe something else, because when she dies, she pretty much goes back to your hand. And you have pretty much another search, you know. But you know, I guess in my plays, if I only have her in the field spell, I'll be safe just to go for another one of her, just in case the field spell gets MXT. But you know, depends on what do you feel like is what's going to happen. You know, good judgment is also a great part of Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, taking a chance is another part of Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, don't be scared to take a chance or be, you know, just go for just the ultimate play. Get the most out of your plays. Get the most out of your turns. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I can mention this or not. Pretty much Necro Valley, they get fine attack and defense, so it makes them super aggro, beefy. Madolche coming at 19, you know, to attack into a Thunder King, the Kami. Messenger Gelato coming at 21 to swing over a lot of, you know, first turn problems or early problems before, you know, beaters or boss monsters come out. You know, really good. 2 tickets. Don't really need 3. Search it. It's pretty good card. Goes really good with the XYZs of the deck, and you know, with the Cruffin, or when they destroy by, you know, this is pretty much a wind-up factory for the deck. 2 dualities for consistency. Don't have to go over that. Monster Reborn. I do not like Monster Reborn in this deck. I put it in here just because I just need a space. You know, this is not my final build of this deck, so this is definitely coming out, but you know, Monster Reborn is here just as a holder. You know, I think I actually used this maybe once in a duel. I guess I think I played this in Zectors, and you know, I used his monster as a level 3. But that's about the only purpose. Other than that, it's pretty bad to me. 1 double summon. I was just testing this out to see what it does. I don't think I really like it too much because of just other cards in the deck are just better than it. As far as speeding up, like, you know, the trap cards for the Madolches, you can just special summon as many as you can at the hand, which is, you know, a lot better than just normal summoning it again. You know, Madolche is about the only card that's really good with his Madolche, so might be taking that out. Madolche Palooza, really good card. It's a target for the XYZ, just in case you don't have any monsters in the graveyard. This is a great way to like activate. Have a Madolche, you know, card target in your graveyard, and then you go into Tiramisu, and you know you can use this and use the attachments because she detaches the cost and you know bounce back monsters or bounce back any card to your opponent's deck, which is really good. That's pretty much a very fast way to play her. It's about the only fast way to play, you know, Queen Tiramisu. But yeah, these cards are just really good. They can open up OTK possibilities depending on how much monsters you stacked up in your hand. Just really good card. Super good. You need at least 2 in the deck. I honestly think you should run 2. Even though the deck is super recyclable, 2 is just great because you sometimes just want to start out with it. Ultimate Offering holds out the same pace, but this card is a lot better than the Madolche Palooza because this one lets you special summon it just once and they all go out to the deck. So you cannot play this on your opponent's turn because all your Madolches will go out to your deck. You know, but this also helps you get Messenger Gelato's effect off when you summon a beast, you know, all that great stuff. But Ultimate Offering is great with your Madolche, and it pretty much, if the Madolche's effect technically goes off, obviously, you know, you have the OTK potential, and then you just go off with Crescent, you know, bounce back cards to your hand, just do crazy stuff, and flood the field with XYZs. Usually my favorite play with the Ultimate Offering is just to go into Tiramisu, you know, bounce back scary cards, and then play can't think. Shockmaster. You play Shockmaster, and you pretty much are just safe, and then you literally have back row because once this combo goes off, you have like full of everything. Like your monster zones are full of just broken monsters, and your back row is just ready to go, set up. You know, that's just game. You know, pretty much once that just goes off or, you know, resolves and that happens, that's just pretty much game for, you know, that's why it's at 1, obviously. I played a Solemn Brigade for protection. Double Mirror Force, again, for protection. D-Prison. Compose. Such a really good card in the deck because you can also compose your monster and take effect will go off. So you can also use it as a viable target for yourself and your opponent, depending on what you're playing against. Protectors, Starlight Row and Dark Bribe, just because Starlight Row is just really great against Heavy Storm, Trental, and you know Dark Hole, which pretty much every deck almost run. And Dark Rod, it's just an extra base negate. I like it better because it's a little bit more flexible than Starlight Road because it negates any spell or trap. You know, it can also protect my cards from maybe D-Prison or anything like that, bottomless trap hole. You know, it's just a nice card to have set when your plays goes off because you just, you know, you can negate anything, especially on your turn. It's better to activate on your turn, so it's better probably to negate traps than it is spells, but depends on the situation. And these two cards right here, text. You know, this back row format kind of, you know, format is just crazy. This card wins me a lot of games because, you know, if it's bad in the matchup, maybe if I'm going against Chaos Dragons or Frogs, you know, obviously it'll come out, you know, in game 2 and 3. But in most decks, in the most tier decks, run back row. So if I start with this first turn, I set it, you know, they set 2 and maybe set a monster, maybe they can go against Giga or something like that. They set armor and set like 3 back row too, and I hit 2 of those, and they're just going like forever until they MST it or something. And you have like free play next turn. Obviously, it's like trap stun that holds spells and trap cards. You know, unless they MST it. But you know, I'm just testing this out. This might not stay, but I mean, I had Lance in here before, and I feel like this answers a lot better than Lance because Lance doesn't stop Solemn Warning and Solemn Judgment, which I've ran into a lot of problems with, you know, the card. So, you know, I took that out for Lance because I was like, summon Tiramisu and I get Judgment. And I was like, oh, well, they're going to, you know, Lance is not really doing anything. So, that holds down those cards. I'm going to get into extra deck. Obviously, you run the 1-star does because of Starlight Road. Tiramisu, just extremely busted card. I just think this is one of the probably brokest effects in the XYZ world. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, but come on, like a card that doesn't target, so it gives over to Watlock and stuff like that, and just a really good card. Just minus your opponent on the field -2, and it goes back to the deck. So if I'm going against like Dark Rose and bounce the Grepher back to the deck, that's just really good because they can't just spam Grepher again, and the card is amazing. Super win condition for the deck. I played one Invoker to search out for your Messenger Gelatos and go into his effect and, you know, go crazy. Pretty much what he's on use for. Best Dweller, you know, for the Dark World deck and Atlanteans. You know, in other decks that maybe use the even I used it against Piper once, and you know, it stops the Piper play and other stuff that Sangan, you know, random Sangans you just don't want to hit, or Mrs. Tomatoes and against Inzectors. You know, that card is just really good. Shockmaster, a guarantee in this deck because of once the cards go off, you want to overlay for this card because it's just great protection. Super good for swing for game. Number 17, Leviathan Dragon. I never ever use him, but he's just there just in case I need to. But I've never seen a possibility for me using him yet. You know, because the Madolche deck doesn't really need to exceed unless they really need to. They don't just do it for like, you know, wind-ups. Like they just exec, you know, XYZ for Zen mains because they need, you know, having 2 rats in defense mode or not doing anything. Where Madolches with the field spell and ticket are doing a lot more than what Zen mains would, you know, would do in that situation. Whenever they get Dark Hole, you know, they go back to the hand. And I get a ticket search. That's like 2 minutes pluses off of that. Like, that's crazy. Acid Golem, same reason. Good against skill drain. You know, fun to make if I need to. Like maybe against Dark Rose when they have the skill drain. Or, you know, just there. Just for outs. Just swing over stuff. Maybe some of them once and I lost. I forgot what deck I was going against though. I think I was going against Wind-Ups. And I really needed to drop him because he had... I think he had... The 5-star guy. I can't think of her name. I can't think of her name. But she was the 26 beta that can't be destroyed by spell. Card effects. So he swung over that and I ended up losing because I got Zen main tanked and Spirit Reaper. I think that's what I lost. Was the Spirit Reaper. But Blackhorn, just good card. If you run generally level rank 4 monsters, you need to run Blackhorn. He's so good against Zen mains, against anything that can't be destroyed. You can swing, and if they have a monster left over, or they somehow drop Trag and it's below whatever 18, you can just summon this and, you know, burn. Such a really good card. Solo the Silver Soul Mountain, whatever his name is. I can't even see it upside down. Solo the Silver Mountain. Helped me win a couple games. I hit back row that, you know, like Mirror Force D Prison, and you know, his effect allows me to bring back another Earth type monster from my graveyard, which you just use for the detachments, and I swing into it, and I probably can hit a Messenger Lotto or something like that. But really good card. It's on Earth. Well, I mean, why not run them? Same way, another reason why I run Earth. This card is just so good. I swing into like Gores all the time with my Magic Lines and stuff like that, and just drop that over the Gores, and the Gores sits there as a defense mode. It's just like another, just crazy. The card's pretty good. And a lot of decks in teir mode right now besides Giga are not, Earth. So this is a really good card just to drop in. It's great. One Roach just for the Sam matchup, because I feel like Sams are like one of the worst matchups for the Madolche deck. And I think Chaos Dragons are really pretty bad for them too. So Roach is there to protect them from that problem. One Zemains, because this is a staple. Every deck probably runs Zemains that, can make 3. Jin, just so good, just want to get over that nice Xbox. Going against windups, this card is like a plus against windups. Like, if you're playing windups, this card is just like begging to come out the extra deck. And, Cowboy, like, he's just a genetically good rank 4. He can just swing over about anything, pretty much like a 3000 beater. And he can also burn to help you, like, swing to help. You got 5 life points left. Ukazi, it's effect just Ukazi off and wins games like that. And such a scary card. If I go for, like, my opponent has like 15 life points left and I just play him and then just burn, they have to get rid of this card or they lose next turn. And I'm going to go into side really fast. Side of the next other, Maxi, just for the windups or Sam plays a deck that just go off there a lot faster. Don't like Dark Roads. The deck doesn't like Dark Roads. So, I'll run those 2 of those. DD Crow for Dark Roads and other decks that, rely on Graveyard. Triple MST. Don't think I really need MST because I'm not really scared. The only scared card I'm really probably scared of with MST is Road Decree because I run so many back row. But that's basically the only reason why I probably put MSTs or unless I'm going against Dark Roads with the Fill Spell or windups with the Windup Factory. Like, other than that, I don't feel like I need to chain MST to anything. I might even put it in against Mermels just for the best, but I mean, I don't really see this card. I might even put it to 2 because I don't feel like I need MST in Madolches. Goma Crossout, just genetically a good card. Madolches don't like swinging into face down monsters, and I like it because it kills the Great Keepers, it kills the Raikos, like for Dark Roads and stuff like that. When I slide into, their weakness, just kills a lot of cool cards, and I just like to hit the face downs. I hate the unknown Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, I don't like hitting face down monsters because they can just be anything. Soul Taker just gives over the Thunder King. The scariest card to ever drop against the deck is the Thunder King. First turn and set 4, like protection. So you play this is a good over your Thunder King, and then you go into searches because the deck searches a lot, so you want to search. One debunk. Good against the Mermail build. Spell books. Even windups. Like, this card is good against like almost every deck that runs hand traps or any cards that activate a graveyard, or even Sangan, something basic like that. Like, this card is really good. I probably sign this card every duel if I really need to, but it's just a really good card. And I can't run like Soul Drain because Soul Drain hurts my deck. That's why I run Debunk over that. But Shadow and Light for obvious reasons. Needle Sealing for decks that like to overextend, like windups or anything that like to spam the field, Sams. Just a really good card to have. And I run this over Trento because sometimes I may set a card or they might just it's just chainable. Like, you can just activate this whenever you want to. Like, they might have 4 monsters on the field. You might not want to play this yet. You might want to wait to the end of their battle phase, then you play it. Just depends. And 2 goals a match. Self-explanatory there too. They're all Earth. A lot of my cards in the extra deck are Earth. So, I mean, obviously it's so good against the windups, glads, anything that has colorful, attributes, Sams. Might even bump this to 3 because it's just so good. I just want to have it first on every game. So, that's the Madolche deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Anything that you guys like for me to change or add or anything I probably missed about the deck, just let me know and I'll be sure to try it out or be happy to. I'm always open for ideas, and I have also like crazy decks and like a lot of my decks, so tell me how that goes, or should I not play it, or I should play a different card, just let me know. Alright, thanks guys.